All right, traders, let's get our horses in the gates. And back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TopstepTV. Fast markets today. We got an action-packed day. A lot of stuff on the schedule today. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, how are you doing today? Anne-Marie, you're on mute today.
Anne-Marie pulled a hogue.
I pulled a hogue. I'm doing great today. I'm doing fantastic. We've been working through some of these strategy cards, or I have been, and I've been digging into Dolby strategy, and so tons of stuff to share right there, and seeing if we can set those trades up according to that, and being light and easy. I know that this is a really messy kind of market, and so just gonna be chill.
I like that. Michael, how are you today? Are you annoyed at anything in particular this morning?
No. In the matter of time.
Did I screw up
time? Yeah, you did screw up something. Just so everybody knows, Andre changed my layout, and then for some reason it got saved. It's all okay though because I just fixed it.
Nice.
Took me a little bit.
Look at that.
Crisis averted.
You just move my charts around.
That's all I did. That's all I did. Go back to the
like somebody coming to. It's like somebody coming to mess with your desk. Like your.
I'm sorry. I'd be annoyed as hell too. All right, we are open. John, take us away here.
Well,
number one. I'm not ranting. We're moving on from that. That's right.
What was there a rant about?
No, I don't know. He just goes. Never mind. In chat. All right, Johnny, go ahead.
Well, I mean, in the equities, we're opening right in the middle of the range, right in the middle of value. I'm not seeing that there's any reason to be in any big hurry to get into anything here. NASDAQ is trading right at settlement. There's very little change in the perception of value. We all know that there's a lot of uncertainties, geopolitical uncertainties. We do have some economic information coming out. Mostly it's going to be leading indicators that might be moving the markets at 9 o'clock, but we also have existing home sales. I've got a couple of levels that I think might be really, really good, maybe even for house account trades. And we'll talk about those in just a minute. We're nowhere near them right now. But, as far as, crude is concerned, it closed the gap. Gold is in the middle of the range from yesterday, and in value. So I'm with Anne-Marie. I'm thinking, I'm looking for extremes. I'm looking for the market to set up the initial balance early today. Looks like the NASDAQ has taken a little bit of a dive here. Let's see here.
Yeah, the downgrade on Tesla.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they downgraded the price point to 120 or something near there.
Oof.
I know.
It's a Cybertruck, Michael. That Cybertruck ain't doing them any favors.
Download the
called it.
Downgrade the stock. Yeah,
Cybertruck.
I toured I don't know if you toured it. I got in the Cybertruck. I was at a friend's party or something over the weekend. Closing party for Snowmass Mountain. There's a Cybertruck sitting right there. Right when I got out, my Rivian was right there. He's like, "How do you like your Rivian?" I go, "How do you like your Cybertruck?"
Oh.
And he showed me everything, and I'm like, "No chance would I want that." It's a city truck. It's a city truck.
How big's the iPad in that thing?
Oh, it's big. I think it's a 50-inch TV.
You can trade on the damn thing if you want to.
Oh, man.
Anyways, all right, let's get back to these markets. NASDAQ.
You can't. I heard you actually can trade on those things.
Can you really? Man.
I heard it's web-based. I mean, web-based platform. I heard some of it.
We saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, shout out to Coach Dakota, that crude setup from last night. That was money. Fun joining you on slow markets. Good trade, bad execution. Hey, we are selling off here. NASDAQ and S&Ps. As always, Dow doing its own thing, staying bid here, but NASDAQ and S&Ps selling off here. Crude and gold.
I wanted to do a little yapping on oil. I just wanted to tell you guys my little micro rant.
Let's go,
Anne. My micro rant is
do it.
Listen, when you read, what is that? When you read things about the apocalypse, sitting on Twitter, go directly to oil. If you've got any unrest in the Middle East, you go directly to oil.
Yep.
And if oil is not clipping higher, everybody is lying. And they are running an agenda.
I think you're spot
and
on.
I'm telling you, I've been around 20-something years looking at geopolitical markets, always the same. Always the same. Everybody's working their back channels. Nobody wants to lose face. Nobody wants to look like a wet noodle. And oil is telling you that's exactly what's happening. And so every single morning I do a morning report with all the levels. I put it in the strategy lab for us on Topstep's Discord. And I've been ranting that since whatever. And so today, today, it finally came down into my 82 target. And now I'm looking for bounce action to sort of hold. If it doesn't, we're going to see 80.
I like
that. Real quick here.
Go ahead, Eddie. We got something off the wire.
Yeah, some Feds coming over the wire here right now, speaking a little earlier than we expected here. Feds Williams says, I don't feel urgency to cut rates. He's always saying that rates are going to be determined by the economic activity. And he also is mentioning if data called for higher rates, the Fed would hike. So there's our break right now, and we're sort of, our hands are tied.
They're going to be hiking, Michael.
There's our break. Anne-Marie, when did that thing about Tesla come out, Anne-Marie?
This morning.
This morning early?
I don't know. I think I saw it about 6:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Gold selling off
One
here.
lot. Sold 40s, covered 20s. On Eddie's update. On Eddie's, right when you updated, Eddie, I
gold
just
falling
felt
here.
as though, even though, yes.
Gold down $10.
I sold 40s, covered 20s. We're selling off.
Yep. Wow.
Gold is the next risk asset that you would want to watch if you're
gold is getting
concerned
hammered right
about
now.
things
Gold,
geopolitically.
Yeah, gold's down about
And if it's
$16
falling,
in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to settle in.
Wow.
It should come off. I'm looking for 2,300 in gold.
2,300. Well, we got $90 to go to get there, but that's not out of the question with the way gold has been trading lately. That's for certain.
Yeah, it's gotten very volatile.
Yes,
It's gotten very, very volatile. And that's got to do with the yen. My thoughts, anyway.
Is that right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, because the yen is losing so much of its buying power, all of the central banks in China are picking up gold. And they don't, everybody's saying, I read the most absurd thing. They said, hey, something else is going on in the gold market. This kind of price action has nothing to do with price sensitivities. It should be more elastic, just like the question we had yesterday.
Yeah.
But my thought is, hey, they don't care about elasticity right now. They are scrambling to keep themselves afloat in dollar derivatives, and gold is priced in dollars.
Yes,
It's not priced in anything else. And so they are, as oil is fading, the dollar's holding its bid. All of that is making everybody else who's not dollar based very nervous, and that's why we are likely to see gold clip higher until things settle down. But that 2450 that it hit, I don't know, last week Thursday or whatever it was, that was an area that everybody said, you know what, let's take a breath. All the big money that is looking at where they should acquire stopped buying, and you can see the demand just fall off a cliff. And now they're just waiting for it to pull back. And I know this is boring geopolitical kind of big
stuff,
picture macro stuff. But listen, the chart prices matter. And that's really all we're looking at. I'm looking at price and I'm going, price matters. And so if price matters, the stories that we're hearing that don't match price reasonably, some of them could be tinfoil hat, But if they're not matching reasonably, then we have to throw it out the window and go, listen, I'm going to watch price. I'm going to watch price and let it tell me what's going on in the market.
Like that. We did get too exhausted. The buyers just ran out of juice to the upside when we hit those 24.48, 24.50s, like you're saying, in gold. But Anne-Marie, to your point about looking at oil, when the risk really hits out of the Middle East, look to oil, then gold. Everything else will fall in line. I think you said it perfectly there. Michael, what'd you sell there in the NASDAQ? Because that was a nice little sale. It seems
yes,
like
sure
downside
was.
action here.
640s. 640s, but I covered 23s. So, one good trade.
Who knew Williams was going to say we might be hiking rates at the end of the year?
Man, I wish we were looking at the wire here, right at 8:30.
Yeah, the opening value trade, the opening range trade.
But that's right when that came out on the wire that Fed said he would hike rates.
Guys, look at our levels. What levels do we have? Because we're coming down, we're ripping through. We have John, you have yesterday's value area low at 54, or sorry, daily levels here on Topstep daily levels, 54s and 47s. We're right by that. So, is there any other thoughts? Yeah, is there any other thoughts on levels
Perhaps
in here that we have?
Well, there's a good strategy. Austin Silver, our good friend Austin Silver, has. If we can break beneath 50.47, our friend Andre A ran a report on him. John, if you remember, taking a short when we get beneath yesterday's session's low. We are seeing some liquidity here.
In the NASDAQ, we took that out a while ago.
Yeah, so adios there. There's a 500 lot sitting here at 50.49 on the bid, 50.49 on 500 here in the S&Ps. We're not too far from that. You might want to sell into that, Michael.
Perhaps, Andre, we've been seeing some pretty good bids get taken out.
So we got 47s down there. Collectively, what levels do we have down here for a house account play?
We're pulling them right now. We got a light response for overnight from our trusted sources, so we're going to reach out again and see if we can scrape some more levels here. Anne-Marie might have some levels.
Yeah, I have the options data on where all the put support and the 0 DTE levels are looking like for the S&P, the E-minis. It looks like 50.42 and then 50.62. So it just lost 62. It's going to try and recapture 62 and then collapse if it's got further to go. So the short might be at the failed retest of 50.62.
I like that.
With the target at 50.42. That's what the options market is saying. For the NQ,
on 62s or 42s.
Yeah. And so for the NQ, it is looking at 17,556, which it's in between that number and wow, nothing but air all the way up to 17,650. So that could get really noisy. Failed retests of 17,650s are going to bring us likely into heavy congestion around 17,556, 17,535. Now, here's the thing about these levels. If we come back up here and we start holding above that 17,650, the shorts are going to buy to cover. And that could give us a reversal back into that 17,900 area that's going to open up the next short. I used a great tool on Topstep X. It is called, what is that thing called? It's like it's the GAN box. So because I'm using, what I'm trying to do with Dolby Strategy is hammer away at it and figure out where it's weakest and where it's strongest. Why did I pick Dolby Strategy? One, it's super simple. it's find a box, and either if trend is down, sell the resistance of the box. If trend is up, sell the support of the box and use the wider ranges. Now, where this gets tough is when the market is in flux. And so that's where it is right now. We don't know if it's got a continuation to the downside. We don't know if it's going to hold the floor in the big picture space. So I'm drawing these boxes on the daily and then looking for smaller boxes within those boxes. And the GAN box allows us to do that. So I snapped a couple of pictures yesterday and put them in the strategy lab space. And so I'm going to continue to do that. It looks really great. It triggered a short in the Dow at 38,150. And that held right into the VWAP at 38,070 until it bounced. And so the Dow is recovering. This one is marching to the beat of its own drum for sure. And so that's really what we want to watch there.
John, give me your analysis, deltas and open interest and everything that you focus on, profiles. Help us out. And then can you do it in layman's terms, John, so anybody who's listening that's new understands?
Sure. So there was a change that occurred right on the open when William said that, right? This is the NASDAQ. We opened inside range and value, and usually that's going to be a patience thing for me. But when we left the opening range at the high of the day in the NASDAQ, when saw that Williams had said that, I think that's more of what this move is all about. So if we think it's going to continue to push to the downside, what I would be looking at is to try and find like low volume nodes to trade at or just below for shorts. So, we just came up to this low volume node here at 17,598, but it's kind of a big low volume node, that's a little bit bigger risk. But, if we think the market's going to be continuing to the downside, we're going to have to take some sort of risk, right? And we're also below yesterday's low of day. That's Austin's thing. You can't sell it till it's below the low of the previous day. And that's where we're at. So, I've been kind of sitting here stalking in the S&Ps about this is a little bit better risk, but we haven't taken out yesterday's low. Anne-Marie was talking about 60, 62. That's our low volume node here. So I put in an offer at 61. I got within a couple of ticks of it, and I didn't get filled on it. So I was being a little too cheap. But this is where I'm kind of thinking about, okay, value low is here. So if we can't hold inside value from yesterday, we've got a low volume node here. I'm looking for shorts up in this area. So this price would be, well, we're getting up there now, 60, 61, 62, 63, this low volume node. If this remains resistant, if this remains resistant, the problem is, where's your risk? That's always the question.
Here's my 62s. Here's the 63s. Yep. Why do you like the 60? So we have 62s. We have 70%. And I
don't want it to hold up here. I want it to reject here pretty quickly. So this is one you'll marry if it goes your way right away, but don't marry it for long. Are you in this?
I got short 20 line at 62.
Nice, baby. Yes.
On the house account.
Hell yeah. All right. Hey, can we get some levels here in the chat? I think I saw Jay in there. Saw Dakota. Love to get your levels and thoughts. Nick T, if you're in there. Anyone that's hot right now, throw us your levels. NQ and S&Ps. We'll start with some levels, and then we'll go short, long. Then we're going to need the Y, but let's just start scraping here and mining for some levels.
54s.
Yeah, at least one of us is in it.
52 save. We did settlement. Okay, we're in that one. We got our levels that match up with that. We got Anne-Marie that matched up that with
Anne-Marie and Hogue right there.
We got, do we have any guest levels? Do you have any levels here in the pit? Oh, we're already at $4,000. So that's nice.
I want to see it take out this 56 level.
Take out the 56 level. Okay.
Watch for the savage snapback because there was such a sharp fade.
Yeah.
50-50 the tilt. And ES.
Well, this would be a risk 10 to make. This will be a risk 10 to make 10 on a bounce.
Dude, risk 10. That was my biggest problem yesterday in the Nikkei. Might stop. Just let it play out.
Okay, so we have 62s and I think you're short.
I mean, this is a tough.
Collect the thoughts out there.
I'm looking here. So 45, 50.
Do you have any?
50,
do you have any patterns that? Do you have any patterns that are set up around here?
Yeah, I mean, on the 500 tick chart, I mean, we're putting in higher lows and higher highs. You don't need 10 grand of risk to find out you're wrong on this. If it gets up to 64, there's probably going to be some stops up there.
There's your 64s.
There's your 64s. So I'm out of this now.
Stay strong here. House account short. ES at 62. Agree or disagree? I don't know. What is that?
Yeah, good job. Let's get the thoughts in here.
Are you sure we're seeing a bit of buying coming in here? We'll hold 650s, 650.
We got home sales in 10 minutes.
Yes, we do.
Eddie, drop that in on a vocal next time. That's fine.
So you can see my chart now, Michael. This is what I was talking about. So there's 62. That's where we got in right there. And we had a decent push. I wanted to see it take out this low here, 55. But it didn't. And once it took out that high, you're out. So that's why I was saying 64 is probably going to be some stops. We ran some stops here.
We just ran some stops.
Just kiss VWAP. Not getting a lot of levels. Come on, guys. We need those levels here in the chat. Yes, we're in now.
Dig deep, guys. Just look. If you're looking at stuff, when I say dig deep, you don't search for a trade, but diagnose the market in a way that you're taking your skills to the next level today. Today, you're pushing yourself a little bit further. What am I doing that I can hone my trading plan even better today? How do I get smarter, more knowledgeable on what the market's telling me? All that kind of stuff.
I want to see us take that 64 high and get back down below that now. I want to see us start making lower lows now.
Nahuel, Barbero. Okay, you got a fade on me. Good. Well, I mean, you said long 50-62s. I'm short 50-62s. When I say the house account is short.
John Jones wants collectively 54 or 45s. Seen a few targets on the 45s.
Super duper dude. Okay. You know what I don't like about this is if we have to hold this and we take heat on this and then we get the number coming out.
Yeah, speaking of that, Eddie, can you hit us with the calendar real quick today? We got about 9 minutes to our first number. Eddie, what do we got for eco?
Yeah. Well, we got coming up here, top of the hour, we got home sales, and they're looking at about 4.2 million. This is going to be the expectation lower than prior 4.38. We got the sales coming up at 9:30. We got our natural gas change. We will be having some speakers, Bostic at 10 o'clock. We also got Collins at 11. Now that's tentative. And for right now, that's what we've got going on here. We'll also have Bostic later on this evening. Back to you, Andre.
Thanks, Eddie. Also got
I took 10 of them off. I took 10 of them. I took that half the position. Okay, we have 10 on.
So you broke even on 10.
The 60. Right? Yeah. The 62s are still in play. Still short. John, you saw the stops run up there. We talked about that. And you talked about this level, so we're on with you. Chat's saying what, Andre? What's
Chat's saying target 45s.
Eddie,
45s.
Yeah, Eddie, help out with chat too, so we get the feel for what's going on. We're just trying to diagnose this trade. So it's 45, 46. Agree with the short.
Yeah.
All right, so 50-50-ish.
50-50, right?
We got 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes till the number comes out. I shaved half of it out on the house account. Though we do want to trade a bit more size because that's the house account play. And
number 7.
Sitting right here at 6.
Come on, let's keep putting in lower lows here. Put in some lower lows here for us.
Yeah, target 50-46. A lot of targets at 50-46, 45 area. seems to be a consensus.
Topstep
50-47.
Topstep X
Go ahead,
question,
Ann.
please. How do we get the cell stuff to sit on the other side? I remember Dolby saying something and Robert saying something about how you can move your cell. See how you've got yours and it's all the way over on the left?
I got a special.
Yeah.
I got Easter egg. It's an Easter egg, Ann. You gotta get that. That doesn't just show up on your dome. You gotta hard code it. No, I don't know. I just go up to the settings, and then I hide. And I like this dome is exactly like T4. That's how I wanted them to put it together because that's what I've always used. So it's guys, this is what the dome I've always used is laid out just like this. You see how my open position right here is short 62s. You'll be able to see all these. Eventually, be able to see all these moving average or whatever indicator you have at that price point. Will be right there.
M4U, go to settings, chart, and data to plot alignment equals left. Thank you, M4U, in the chat. Anne-Marie, there you go.
That's for the cells?
According to M4U, yes.
Well, chart alignment. This isn't chart. This is DOM.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not. I don't trade off the DOM. It's I'm too much of a cocker spaniel to do that.
Yeah,
My brain.
I'm the old dog that
yeller.
has one trick.
He's old yeller over there.
look at yeah. Got rabies.
Man, we are all business this morning.
I got rabies. My mouth's foaming at you, but I'm looking at you with the puppy dog eyes, Andre. Don't shoot, buddy.
Just feed me, damn it.
Keep me alive.
All right.
Man.
We got 5 minutes till the number here. We're kind of floating around. Take a look at the other markets. Dow pushing a bit higher.
67 was that little push higher.
That's VWAP. 67 is VWAP.
67 is VWAP.
Kramer going off
Super
here.
duper dudica.
Don't forget we have Netflix earnings after the bell today.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
God, they keep adding. Did they do that password thing?
I was just going to ask. Yeah. Are you still using my password for Netflix, Michael?
I'm still using. Told my wife I'm still using my old girlfriend's. No,
how'd that go? Trade 65s here. VWAP, I got S&Ps at 50.67.
Well, that was a good trim, Michael.
Yeah, it was good trim.
We need a double top here, or we're cooked.
We do need
around these levels for 4 trading days.
Yeah.
It's squishy.
Yeah.
Squishy.
What's unrealized looking like,
Big
Michael?
Levels.
1,500.
Okay. Carl Hungus.
Why?
50 is a new bull bear line. If we can break 50s, let's look out below. It seems to be the bull bear line. If any sustained rally will occur, it has to be there. Huge test, 77s, 82s. All right. Everyone's kind of along the same thought here, Michael.
What's that thought?
We're trying to pre up the break. We got to break through 50s in the S&Ps to see some follow through. So if we can retest those, give the old college tries, you like to say, we might have a huge winner on our hands. But we got a number coming up here in 3. Eddie, please make sure to Morse code in when we get that.
10-4.
This should be interesting. Misleading indicators.
Active poll. Yes, active poll. Here we go. House account. We got a poll in here. Let's let it play out. 2 minutes in. House account short 10 at 5, 6, 50, 62. Stop and targets are. That's poll say, Michael, stop 10 points, target 20 points to the downside. So you'd be working 42s with a stop at 72 is what the majority of the polls say. If you want to take from that, just something to add Add it to the blender there for your
What's
breakfast.
What's a 10 handle?
It'd be
5,000?
62. Oh, 10 times 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
5,000 or 10,000. 2 to 1.
Okay. Well, here we go.
I don't like
Back
the
to you.
fact that we're going.
Opening range is 50-70 up to 50-75.
In about 30 seconds here, just a reminder, check your platform if you want a position on fine. If you don't, make sure that you are flat.
I got my stop up there. Do not like holding a position into a number.
No.
Yeah, that's always tough.
Yeah. But
What do you got
stop
at
is there.
72?
Yeah, stop is there. It's in the liquid market. Unless this thing's bananas. Which my biggest day ever, loser, was a bananas. Ripped through my way off the market order.
Stacking bananas.
Stacking bananas. What's up?
All right, coming in at
there it is.
4.19. That is at home sales, existing home 4.3%. And the U.S. leading index change month over month, 0.3%. So big number here. They were looking at 4.2, just below that at 4.19 million. And anything below that, we should be taking. Anything lower, be taking as negative bearish for the U.S. dollar. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. All right, good. Well, was a shoulder shrug.
All right,
right
well,
there.
let's see what
We're
happens.
back. Yeah, we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Tilty, nothing really on the tilt. We got numbers throughout this entire day. Bowman already spoke.
Just
Williams
hanging
saying
around
we
here.
might be hiking rates here earlier. So maybe the market will wake up and be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Williams said that. Let's sell it.
And
He
Maria,
said
it's
the
very
words we're
squishy.
going to.
Possibly. They said hike rates. The words hike rates came out of their mouth. Well, obviously, there's some context around that. That's right, Eagle.
What was said was
That's what
Williams
you're-
said if data called for higher rates, the Fed would hike.
There you go.
Yeah.
You are correct.
That's all I need to hear. All I need to hear to sell this sucker.
God, I was about 1 month ahead of that.
Yeah, you really were. And on the Bitcoin trade, we had a guest on yesterday was kicking themselves for not shorting Bitcoin above 70,000. Oh, my man, MP
That's when
was-
I called
Yeah.
and I had Mick and I said, make sure we're enabled on Bitcoin.
I remember that.
This shit's bananas. Everything's bananas. Even stacking bananas is in here.
Stacking bananas, your boy.
Yeah, I believe Williams is a voting member.
Well, hello. Let's.
These 62s are holding. That's a little bit of a concern.
I think there's okay. I'm seeing a lot of levels.
I mean, say it holding above it.
62 is settlement as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'll find all that,
Yeah,
guys,
we got
up in the
some
daily
sticky
levels at
price.
the very top.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely have some sticky prices.
Crew's seeing some sellers. Trading 82.16. Anne Marie this morning saying she wants to. Anne Marie said you want to see crude go down to $80. Is that what you're saying?
I'd like to see it go there. I mean,
For
that
selfish
would be
reasons?
nice.
For,
And if I put my tinfoil hat on going into elections,
There you go.
all the yammering about letting things get out of the SPR.
There we go.
Look, anybody knows about the strategic petroleum reserves? Those tanks are actually they're actually giant salt caverns. And when you pull them down at the rate that we have pulled them down, they become structurally very,
Unstable?
what's the word? Oh, yes. Thank you so much. They become extremely structurally unstable. And so they're probably going to be advised by anyone with any sense not to do that, but they're talking about it so they can have folks say, "Oh, don't worry about it," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
That's the
so
tinfoil
that,
hat.
yeah. So I think coming into the election cycle, they're going to talk about SPR, SPR, SPR. But here's the thing: if you look at the options market, some people are thinking, they're buying contracts that have a $250 strike. And I'm going to tell you, they are throwing their money away.
I'll sell those to them all day.
100%. That's crazy.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. $250. Listen, the only way, it's just absurd. And they're really, here's what happens. People come out, and whether they're short or they want eyeballs or they think it's going to do something for XYZ, they're going to pound on a narrative. And fear is one of those emotions that just grips us. And all of a sudden, everybody starts thinking, oh my goodness. And, you're stuffing the mattress with dollars. And so the big thing to look at, again, when all that fear mongering opens up on TweetDeck and where it is that you find your data, you can sit around and talk about that at the coffee table. But more money has been lost trying to hedge for downside pressure than any other type of positioning. And so you simply have got to go, listen, what are the charts telling me? Yes, I have a healthy sell-off, but it's not panic driven. It really isn't. For those of us that remember 2006, 7, and 8, all the days we had limit down and limit up, day after day after day after day. And it looks nothing like that. No, that's what real fear looks like. That's what fear looks like. And so we just have to say, hey, we've got a healthy sell-off. We had a big market run, and now people are just taking profits. And statistically speaking, the April 15th tax day has a low dip in price action and then a bunch of noisy pressure, and then it starts moving up again. And so all we have to do is expand to weekly charts and realize that we're just pulling back a little bit, folks. We're just used to things going up and up and up and up and up. Just close your eyes and buy. We had a joke about it, right? And so
it's called OMO, or Jory missing out. Missing out is like because things are just ripping.
Exactly.
The new word.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're talking about.
And so we just have to go, hey, this is a little bit more like normal market behavior, right? We're giving a little, we're taking a little. People are arguing.
Michael,
yes, sir.
Michael, we picked the point of control for that entry there. 62.75 is the point of control. So it's basically kind of rotating both sides of it. Very squishy, sticky area here.
Well, I added that 10 back on when it started, like when it was above below 62. No, I got it. So the average price is 61 quarter now, not 62.
Okay.
Which we're back in, and we don't have a number coming out.
Nope.
Is anybody barking?
Nope.
Are you guys net long or net short?
Not yet.
Short. We're short on. We're looking for continuation on this, on the out of the gate sell off. This is the first pop of off of it today, and then we had the rally sweater off. We got the 62s that we talked about. Well, now we got to be in point of control, which gets a little nerve-wracking. Why is it nerve-wracking, John? Because it's right in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's the center of the range. I mean, it's the fairest price, and that's not where we want to be positioned. But we're there now, so
we're there now.
All right, I took my rally sweater off because we want it to break.
House account has a short position, as you guys can see.
What do you got, Eddie?
Hey, this over the wire. This might be have some effect here. Just hitting the wire here. There was a poll for the Fed Reserve regarding the first cut in rates in September. 54 out of 100 economists do say that it's going to happen in September. the rate cut rates by 50 basis points in 2024. They say 50 to 100 economists, 34 say by more than 50 basis points, and only 4 say no cuts. So this is just hitting the wire.
Rate cuts? Okay. Nothing going
So
until
what-
here.
What do we think that word salad actually means?
Economists are like weathermen. They don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
They do in California.
Every day, same thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're chopping around here in the S&Ps, NASDAQ, and Dow. Crude kind of chilling, gold chilling his way. We got a lot of stuff on the docket today, so we should see some good volatility. But for the time being, we're kind of just trading a little bit sideways.
$67s are pushing.
Just back to the opening range.
Sevens, we might hit our stop limit here.
Was it
8s,
72?
9s, there we go. Yeah, we hit it.
Damn.
Okay, that was a shot. 62s, wow, that firmed up.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
And that statement may have had something to do with it. All the economists saying
So
there will be a rate cut this year.
So I just
explain.
went-
So them talking about a rate cut. They're talking about a rate cut, and there was 4 of them that said possibly no, and then how many others were saying
right? 54.
Okay, help me that. Okay, so the market just took it higher for.
Yeah, more than half of the economists surveyed said they're looking for 50 point raises, 50 basis point rises in 2024, which is the opposite of what one of the Fed members said earlier, that he wouldn't disagree to raising rates this year. So we're getting a lot of contrary information. Michael, we're back to the opening range in the S&Ps.
Yeah,
it still remains the high of the session.
That's a short. Typically, it's a short. It's back at the 640s that I got short on. Danny talks about the 650s.
Yeah. Typically, yes. Do we want to jump into this now, or?
Well, house accounts stopped out.
Oh, that's it then.
Are you thinking? Why? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to take a short here, and I'm just going to risk to the top of the opening range, 70, 75 half. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in there with you, John.
All right.
You were talking about these 640s. I mean, it fell out of bed for me last time right here. What?
Oh, I'm just seeing in the chat here a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking going on here. Hindsight's 2020.
Of course.
Very.
Of course.
You got quarter.
Man.
I mean, sports radio shows and ESPN thrive off sports radio shows.
Exactly.
I know you watch The Score 670 or something in Chicago, and check it out today. And I got my whistle on. I'm teaching coaching kids today. So
you don't whistle the whistle. Coach Prime,
nice.
Coach Prime over there.
How's that been?
It got canceled. The 2 day ago one got canceled because too cold and drizzle.
Aspen
5-year-olds.
Kids, man. Yeah. Aspen kids are soft. Aspen kids,
baby, because they're 5. Slight overcast.
Got a case of the sniffles. No, I'm kidding.
Michael, you get out there, you gotta wear a football jersey. You gotta have something to rep that. Hey, I'm a coach.
I will never wear another man's jersey. I've made that rule a long time, unless that individual is passed away, or it's Michael Jordan. I don't even know.
There you go. You got a lot there. You got a lot you can pick from.
Dang it.
Oh, passed away guys. Yeah, you're right.
John, did you see all those buyers just pop right in off of that 60 level?
Yeah.
65 level?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crud. and I moved my target up into that range to just get out, and it just ran from me. Dang it.
Hey, one of our coaches, Jake Cook. Shout out Jake Cook. This is a much better spot for a short, in my opinion. If you have anchored to the New York session at 50.61. There's been support, though, so there may not be a ton of room unless we see some real selling. It's kind of sit on your hands for the moment. Might be. Setup coming.
As long as the opening range remains the high of this session, I'm looking for shorts, and we're in one now. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. What do you guys think in the chat? Do I fish or cut bait?
Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. I love that.
Right?
Tilt's not saying much.
Nothing yet. Nothing.
Yeah, it's really stuck in the middle. I was just noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
I am waiting in the NQ to short at about 17,670. 650 is that line that I think sellers that initiated below might have to buy to cover. And so I think it punches up as the shorts try to cover. And so that's why I've got it up at that 670-ish area.
Dow pushing in new highs here. Dow continue to push new highs.
They are trying to fill the gap.
Here goes S&Ps.
Check out what Dow's done.
Yes. VWAP, NASDAQ pushing because VWAP. Sorry, Amerigo. Yep.
Oh, no, that's okay. The Dow gapped down on the 15th of April and then closed the gap during the trading day, but then by the end of the day was well below that edge. That line in the sand is 38,230. So if we close the day above 38,230, tomorrow should be a buy the dip event.
Hey, I got short up there with you guys on my personal at 49. So 50s.
You trading is that NASDAQ, Michael?
NASDAQ. You guys are short around these levels as well?
Yeah.
We're in the ES right now. I'm waiting for the 670 area in the NAS to short. I have a limit sell right up there.
Well, they did at 660s.
Yeah.
And I got that off. I got that off my Trading View VWAP. Pulled right off of it. It's a little bit different.
We got Dakota in the chat. What's up,
He's long.
Dakota?
Oh, where's he at? What's he saying?
He's long.
639 in the NASDAQ here. Looking for a run above 17,700 to the upside.
Dakota's long. I have shaved my position down to a one lot. My short position is now a one lot.
Oh no. Well, while we have a minute here, Jack will come to you. Hold on. Dow keeps making new highs here. Jack will come to you once these markets quiet out. S&P is pushing here.
Wait until the markets aren't moving.
You got it.
So we just
call me back when you're not busy.
Exactly.
Pardon me, John?
We just took out the high of the opening range in the S&Ps, not in the NASDAQ.
Yes.
Right.
We just took it out by 2 ticks in the S&Ps. Man, that happens so much. They just get those little stops up there, and then that's it.
Yeah, I have started putting my stop action well outside of that because I've been caught in the clip so many times. It's just annoying.
I'm going to try one more time up here with a tight stop, and we'll see how this goes. So often it does that. It just takes out the high of that opening range by a couple of ticks and then turns around. Yes.
Here we go. Hey, Cliffy in the chat. Shout out to Topstep support. They've been superstars. Amen, Cliffy. You know that.
Yeah, we had a couple things. We had we had some issue that happened overnight with a script that ran that closed some old accounts.
Yes.
Possibly I think possibly you got billed. All will be fixed. Hopefully, very, very, very soon. I think it affected I don't know, 7,000. I don't know how many, but that was a good chunk of people. And yeah, no excuses. So
Stephanie says Topstep support has been so helpful with me. All caps and the hearts.
Awesome.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Awesome.
Love it.
Good to hear. I still got that one lot on. I took it off, got flat, and then I just got short right now. But that was the one I wanted to carry for the runner anyway.
Hey, John, the
Start with
majority
4,
of the chat
peeled it down.
and cut bait, John. Majority of the chat.
We got the stop, so they were right.
Okay. All right. Good. All right.
I'm still short.
And
I'm short again.
77%. Hey,
you should be green though, right, John? Because it's coming off of your levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
77%.
Yeah, we all got short around 50s, and then 50s in the Nasdaq, and then you guys are around the 70 what's?
73.5 is where I'm short now.
73.5. Okay. We would not want to have taken 10 plus handle. No, more than that. 14 handles of heat on that 10 lot.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. That would have been rough.
That'd have been rough.
All the way to still be sitting 10 handles, 8 handles away out of the money. So that's those are one of those sickening positions that just never wants to come back close to your entry and never really showed. Yeah.
Yeah. My hair starts falling out at the desk.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Well, yeah. No. You're squeezing the mouse a little tighter. You're looking to see how far you can throw your keyboard. Yes, I've been there. If I throw it, what will it break? What other things will it break?
Oh.
Look at those wicks on that 30-minute chart.
Oh, I got it. Jack, I just saw a news story that came up that said, why are emperor penguins jumping off these 50-foot cliffs?
Saw that too.
I just thought, did you see
interview
that?
any of them?
I saw the headline. The interview.
They have a no comment. They have a no comment stance. It's part of the emperor penguin cabal.
Such is the code of the penguins.
Yeah.
Are these positions still rocking? I will wait patiently.
Still short.
Yeah, you're in the green.
Okay. Seeing some sellers here in
nice re-entry there, John. That's awesome. Super decisive. Love it.
I can't stand it when they do that, and I'm surprised that's where I put my stop. I just kind of arbitrarily put it there. Usually I put it a little further away. That's me thinking again.
Well, here's the thing, John. Sometimes when it breaks like that, it just runs up and clips your stop far away anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost better to go, hey, listen, this is my defined stop. I'm staying in because it doesn't really widen the overall risk. So I think it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, to be honest, because if you're managing risk, you should clip it. If it turns around that it's the right thing, you get back in and you make it again. I mean, widening the risk sometimes can be a real hit or miss story.
In the history,
I hear you,
history
day
of
trading
me,
journal.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What? I missed that.
More often than not. I have when I move stops or anything, it ends up being.
I know
you're already reading it wrong, so you move in a stop. You're like, what makes you think that you know better? Except the fact that you're just making it worse.
Yeah.
Learn to cut off your hand when you need to cut off your hand to save your life.
Exactly. So what do you think about it sitting up over this VWAP?
Yeah, that did give me. That had me thinking for a second.
Not liking that.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, if you're trading natural gas, got about 5 minutes here before the natural gas storage number hits the wire.
Hey, quick question. Is anybody trading here in chat with a friend or a family member?
Yikes.
Friend or family member? Poll.
Why do you ask?
Poll. Don't. I
I
just
like
want to
my
know
family
who.
too much.
Yeah, I'm curious. Put it as an option. I trade with a friend. At Topstep, I trade with a friend, family member.
That's cool. Wow.
Or nobody. No. My son with the dogs. Me and my wife.
TopstepTV.
I'm seeing a lot of me and my wife's living. Yeah.
My wife.
Wife and cousin. Me and 2 other amigos.
That's cool.
Mix, my friend. Peyton, that must mean you've been on his tap on the shoulder list. It's the only way you get on. It's the only way he calls you. The only way he calls me is if I tap me on the shoulder. I'm going to call you guys my friends.
You're my buddy. You trading with?
I'm your friend.
Friends.
What if any one of Andre? What if any one of us or Hogue said alone? I trade alone. Even with you guys, I still.
Oh, us like right now, I'm trading alone. We're gonna have to revamp TopstepTV real quick.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
We are not very self-aware about what we're doing around here. Completely miscalculated.
I
Anybody
love
trade
husband
better?
wife teams that trade.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
I do
that
too.
if I traded with my husband, we would burn the house down because
Oh yeah.
I mean, we are both so fiery. Yeah, it would be rough. I admire a husband-wife team that can do that.
Anne Marie, have you ever been on
Yeah.
when I've mentioned that I used to work at a firm where there was a couple that met there and got married, and then they used the money to save night coverage? And so basically 23 hours a day, one of them was there or both of them sitting at the screen.
Oh my God.
They were strange folks.
Oh my God.
Oh my word.
How does that work?
Did they get along?
Yeah.
I think so. They were both a little bit quiet.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I got to ask a question because I might be unaware. Wally goes, MPU, my guy. Love when you're not on. It's different when you're not. Is that Andre? You've been friends with me for a while.
Well, where do you start
today
there? Where do you start? I mean,
Okay. All right, fair enough. We'll end it right there.
No.
That's all I need to hear.
Where do you
All right,
start?
cool. I wear my emotion. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Johnny has always known that.
Yeah.
And then what side of the bed I wake up in the morning. Yeah. John, you do not.
Here's John.
Well,
Jones.
I'm usually very calm and happy. That's what I hold. That's what I put on my shoulder.
Uh-huh.
But if something's bothering me, people can usually tell. But I don't. I guess you're right. I don't put that on my shoulder.
Speaking of on your shoulders, thanks for taking the rally jacket off your shoulders.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know.
The rally sweater is off.
Rally sweater. You still short, John?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
still sitting
Me
there.
too. It's one of those painstaking, imagine SpongeBob. You know how SpongeBob looks when he gets out of the sea and he has to sit on the beach? That's how I feel when I'm in trades that last more than 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
1 week
You're saying
later.
tartar sauce. Tartar sauce. Whenever it hits a stop.
All right, Jack. I think we got a minute here. If you want to get some news in before we get this EIA nat gas coming through at bottom of the hour here.
Yeah, I'll do it as quickly as possible.
Sweet.
Vanguard's warning that the 10-year Treasury yield could jump back to 5%. They also mentioned that 4 3/4, which we're not far from, would set in order a disorderly sell-off. And yes, because as we've discussed before, as the interest rates go higher, all sorts of institutions are forced to keep selling to hedge their risk, basically, right? Because if you hold a mortgage and it's below where it is, you're in trouble otherwise, as we've learned from Silicon Bank.
Yes.
Next up, this is, I believe, what Danielle has referred to as millennial news. If you haven't heard, Ashanti has announced she's having a child with Nelly.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
You know Nelly, Michael.
Wait.
Patak, you
I know Nelly. Yeah.
You know Ashanti.
Yeah, I do.
You know Nelly.
No, I don't.
You know both
don't
of these
know Ashanti.
people. Maybe someday you'll meet their child. Other around the horn in bad decisions.
Huh?
A woman in Indiana called 911 to report bad meth.
Oof.
Anne-Marie
takes a deep sigh. Anne-Marie. Gosh.
I mean, she's got to pay up. That's how you get the good stuff. No, I'm joking.
Pay for what you get, man. You get what you pay for.
Galaxy.
Oh man.
Galaxy brain behavior.
You said
After
Indiana,
taking
Jack?
apart everything in your house. Yes, only in Indiana could this happen.
Only in
And
What
speaking
part?
of-
Take a guess, Michael. Hold on, Michael. Guess first before he tells you.
I'm not going to know.
Gary.
I knew you'd
No.
go.
I'm gonna
Gary.
find this.
Hammond.
I wasn't expecting the Inquisition on
Hammond?
this, but I will. It says Lawrence County on the mugshot. So if anyone knows where Lawrence County,
Kansas.
Indiana is, that's where this happened.
Next to Gary.
And lastly, I think this is going to be a reoccurring segment, but I just wanted to give an update on the White Sox right now. The
Oh, boy.
2024 dumpster fire. Jerry Reinsdorf has his third eye open. They are currently 3-15. They were 2-15, which would extrapolate to 32 and 130. And we'll keep an eye on this because the worst ever in the history of the 162 game season record was 43 and 119. So go
do
White
it.
Sox. I know you can do it. If you're
Wait,
gonna be
aren't the
bad, be
Twins
terrible.
below them, Bill?
Oh no, really? Wow.
Are they
The Twins
Let
aren't?
me
Even worse?
check.
Even worse.
No, the
I'm-
Twins are 6 and 11, which is
Oh, gotcha.
all-star territory compared to the Sox.
Oh no, Freddie.
No,
Say it
I
ain't
got
so.
out of that when it kind of creeped up towards my stop, pulled back, gave me
Yeah.
$100. I took the $100 and I'm
Oh,
glad of
good.
it.
Very good. I'm feeling like that's what I should have done. But
Taking a little heat on it.
are you still in
We
the
are very
short
much
in the
for-
NQ, Michael?
Yeah, I'm taking 10 handles of heat on it. It's points. Sold 57s. Trading 67s.
All right, let's get back to these markets here.
Crud.
67% long, ES, 64% long, NQ. Nothing wild, nothing too wild there. Did take a peek above VWAP in the NASDAQ. Came right back to it. Keep in mind, did we get that nat gas number, Eddie? I didn't see it hit the wire.
S&P is holding above VWAP now.
50 billion cubic feet
In line.
for the net gas.
Thank you. Gold seeing some sellers here about new lows gold. Just some stops went off there, about $2 worth of moving to the downside there, trading 23.88. I remember earlier Anne Marie wants to see it, says she could see it going back down to 2,300.
There's a beautiful failed auction at the high of gold today. You guys want to see it?
Please.
Yes.
Yeah, 2,400s got rejected.
So here's the initial balance high, 2403.60. Market looked above, came back in, reopened the next 30-minute bar inside the initial balance, and look what happened. Pow! That is excess, failed auction, end of an upside auction, beginning of a new auction. Boom. Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Can we see where the
Boom.
floor might be in this rotation? If you're looking at that and you go, all right, well, we see this low, we see gold coming off. Where, using that technique right there, John, where would you see a floor?
Okay, so on the profiles, I'm kind of viewing. This is going to be kind of spaced out, so I'm going to smush these profiles down a little bit.
Sure.
Okay, so where have we been? Well, we had the big move up. We're basically in a kind of a two-stage range here. I'm calling this upside digestion. And in this digestion, instead of a deep pullback to scare out all the longs, it gives people time to adjust inventories while we're here. So there's a lot of inventory adjustment going on here, and that's going to bring power to the next move. The floor to me is probably, this point of control here, 2366 even. It looks, pretty prominent,
Yeah.
and it's a weakness in structure. And if that doesn't hold, I'm looking at all these lows down here. Let's call it 2340. 2340, because that's where the market came up to and started to show balance. If we're looking at, if we were looking at this like a 5-minute chart, like a Dolby chart, this would be the area that he would be looking for longs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And probably up here somewhere would be the area he'd be looking for shorts.
What are the prices?
2412, let's call it.
12s, yep.
2412. I mean, we did open up here and reject. So these highs become relatively important, as well as these points of control, which were both hit 2 days later. But now we're just really range bound here. Just really, really in a range. Squishy, as you like to call it, Anne Marie.
Squishy.
Hey, John, how are we looking on Delta?
Delta S&P is 3,600 positive, 1,300 positive NASDAQ.
Hey, where's Pro Ball at? Pro Ball Dakota.
Pro Ball's long.
Coming in. I'm stepping out.
Yeah.
Dolby's coming in. Trade well, everybody. Michael, Anne Marie, Andre, love you. Love all of you. We'll see you later.
John.
Hey, Johnny. See you this afternoon, John.
Thanks for all the levels.
Wait, Dakota's coming in? Dolby's coming. Dolby time. What's up, man?
What's up? What is that background all
Dolby
about?
time's on mute. We're on mute.
Yeah, what perfect mind background is that?
I just thought about that. This is the YOLO Bolo. Thanks to AI, we asked it to figure out what a YOLO Bolo is, and
We need to wear
quite
one.
a magical area of life.
It's like YOLO Bolo. Like a bolo tie? YOLO Bolo? Or
Yeah, it kind of rhymes, so that's what we went with. But yeah, I think I have a lot of spirit animals in this picture, so we're gonna roll with it.
it's trippy. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
Dolby, you
trade
should
there.
What are you
ask
looking
chat.
What am I
What are
looking
you
at?
looking
I don't
at,
know.
buddy?
I just opened up the charts. It looks like Dow's on the up and up. I got it approaching the daily range high. So there could be some interesting opportunities. I think that would be a cheap short, to be honest, if we could get up there. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to try to work that.
76% long.
Where-
76% long Nasdaq.
Yeah, I got 80%.
Yeah, it's coming right up to
And
Dakota's
S&P.
number at 700.
Yep, Dakota nailed this one.
Yeah,
Again.
I moved my shorts higher because of that 700 number. I went looking for it and found it. Ask him if he's going to take some profit.
Yeah, so I'm not going to take the short up here. One of the rules of range trading that I have found is that you do not want to see a strong candle going into your level. And what I mean by that is this right here at it's not really a time, but this 5-minute candle, the most recent 5-minute candle. So with the daily range high up here at 38,257. And what you'd prefer seeing is not a strong candle pushing through. You'd want to wait and see another 5-minute candle sort of get tight or do like a spinning top. I've gotten burned many, many times thinking that, this would be a great level to short. And then you get a super strong 5-minute candle and then it just rips your stop right out. So if we can hang out for 3 more minutes, this would be very interesting for a potential cheap short.
Yeah, I think that short might still be coming if we use Max Maserati's rules about checking out volume.
He'll be back
See
today.
how it's got in a super declining formation as it's heading higher.
Yeah.
So we want to watch for that acceptance.
Volume, right?
Yeah.
This little downward trend right here that I got. I'm going to draw this. Yeah, this is what Anne-Marie is referring to. So you have this declining volume as we approach daily range highs. So if we can hang out for 2 more minutes up here, I think it's good. Do you like that idea?
I do. No? And I'm having so much fun looking and digging into all of the guests that come on Topstep, where I can take a look at their strategies and go, oh, I'm gonna carve that one up and see how it looks. And I've been having a ball, really. And some of them are a lot harder for me to grasp. Some of them, my brain simply does not gravitate to. I can't resonate with it. And yours, I love, because you and I trade the same way in many aspects. And so yours has been super easy. So I'm beating that to death right now, trying to see where it works best, where it works least, and going to be putting some stuff together up on the Strategy Lab channel for us on that. So I appreciate you being my guinea pig, but I have really enjoyed it because it's very robust and it's simple.
It is very
which
simple.
Is nice. Robust plus simple it's a hard game to get good at. Robust and simple, and you've really put on there. So the only things I look at would be, all right, what do my volatility bands tell me? How far away am I from the VWAP? And then I'm adding Max's Max and Coach Jay. Jay's been so great to go in because he's got a lot of volume-based trading triggers, and listening to those and incorporating them, it makes me go, you know what? That looks like a strong candle, but it's also on really declining volume. So I'm going to take a small short there and see if it continually collapses or it breaks out again.
Yeah, I mean, we got a pretty good rejection off of 38,260. But I do worry about, strong candles getting up to that level.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right.
It's just not worth it. I mean, if we can pull back up a little bit, like maybe I would take a one lot just to test it out and see. But it's a good range. It's a really good range. It's a great range trade.
Yeah, it sure is. It's been the same range for 4 trading days.
Yep, we've seen a lot of the same prices. A lot of the same prices lately.
But
all right, well, we're a little bit behind schedule here, which is okay. We got some markets moving here, and markets come first here at TopstepTV. But JD is here with hot streaks, and hopefully chart pattern of the day, which has been very valuable. Learned a lot from it. JD, hit us.
Checking in. What's up, guys?
Yeah,
all right, James. Let's throw up those hot streaks real quick.
Look at this, Michael.
All right. Our guy Che is back after taking about a week off. Che picked up around $100 trading the micro NASDAQ yesterday and picked up right where he left off on a streak. Now at 27 days. Welcome back, Che. Arian, Petrus, Tien, and James all extended their streaks another day. They're all sitting on 24-day heaters at the moment. Nice job, guys.
Wow.
All right. Yesterday's best live funded P&Ls. Now, this doesn't happen too often when a live trader outperforms an XFA trader on the P&L list. I think it's only happened once before since we started tracking it. But, yeah, Salman sure pulled it off yesterday. Mick featured Salman on the shoulder tap yesterday because he absolutely drilled it trading the NASDAQ. $51,685 in profits. That's a single live funded account.
Jeez.
That's pro ball right there.
Oh,
Nicely
done.
done.
It is.
That's incredible.
52 large.
How much was it? 50 large?
51,000.
Hold on. Let me do this math.
Remember we saw his numbers?
52,000.
He was up like 3
52,000. Hold on. 52,000 on one account. On one account times whatever multiple I want.
LeBron James.
20 accounts.
Yeah.
$1 million. You're buying multiples when you do copy accounts. I'm convinced of that. So 50,000 is what you really made. That is kick-ass. That's pro ball trading.
Yeah. Let's give this overlay just a second to update. I'm putting the live numbers in there right now. I had the XFAs up.
What size? What size account? What size?
I could find out real quick. I'll look this up on the. There it is. overlays adjusted.
Wow.
He's in 150K live account.
There you go, Michael. 51 large, almost 52.
That's
Pro ball.
incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. New eyes.
Seriously, that's
My biggest day ever was 32, and I traded my entire life.
It's right around there as well.
It's just fantastic.
Salma made 10 trades yesterday.
Average $5,000 a trade. Well done.
What kind of size does he carry? I remember Mick saying something about him taking 10 lots. Is that it?
Yep.
Is he taking
Looking
10
like
lots?
10 lots. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work some
There's
shorts.
Nick
in
T.
YM.
Oh, there's our boy Nick T, number 2. Let's shout out to Nick T. He'll be on today.
Nick
Just
T.
another word about
Hell
Salmon.
yeah.
Yesterday, his average winning trade was 15,700. Average loser was around 1,800 with a 40% win
Come
rate.
on.
How about that?
Fantastic.
That's the way to
One
do
more
it.
time. Say that one more time and help people understand what that means. JD.
Average winning trade yesterday, $15,706. Average losing trade, minus $1,800. 40% win rate. Keeping the math on his side.
Yep.
You could
Oh, yeah.
have
Fantastic.
you could have a 40% win rate if you're taking that kind of risk to reward right there.
What's
7
that
to
kind of
1.
risk to reward? 7 to 1.
7.5 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
You only have to be right like 30, 20, something like that percent. We have a chart somewhere that we had. But if you're taking 7 to 1s, which is just average, it's hard to do. It's hard to find that big of a winner versus those big of a loser. So
Yep.
don't get that in your head, guys. That's just something that you can just find. Those are home run stats.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
That's just knocking it out of the park for the day. Yeah, 2 to 1s is what we see a lot. 1.7 to 1 to 2 to 1 for the funded folks.
Looks like we took the rest of it down. But yeah, great job all around to the rest of the traders too. Nick T, Wang, Venkata, Nathaniel, all the solid days.
Nice job.
All right, James, you want to switch over to my charts real quick?
Oh, yes.
Oh, chart
So-
of the day.
Hogue talked about this head and shoulders pattern earlier today in the opening call. So we're looking at oh, there it is. So the head and shoulders top, typically, historically, a reversal pattern. It has been known to be a continuation pattern, but more times than not, more likely than not, it's a reversal pattern. Consists of 3 peaks, higher peak in the middle, and shoulder on the left and right side, with a neckline connecting the troughs between the peaks. When price breaks below that neckline after formation, suggests a bearish trend reversal. Let's head back over to my charts. We'll do a little deeper dive into it. All right, so this pattern has not fully formed yet. Hogue was sort of it's kind of a theoretical pattern. Hogue was suggesting that this is how it might play out. So we're going to start with how to identify the head and shoulders pattern. So like I said, it consists of 3 peaks. Left shoulder, the peak, the head, and the right shoulder. 2 shoulders don't have to be symmetrical in height, but they're separated by that peak, the head in the middle, and it resembles a head and shoulders. To confirm the pattern, you have to identify the potential head and shoulders and confirm its validity. The first shoulder forms as price rises, which we are seeing here. Followed by a retreat in price right here. The head forms as prices rise again and peak, and then retreat again to form the right shoulder. We have not formed the right shoulder on this pattern yet. There should be a neckline drawn connecting, this is just a hypothetical neckline, connecting the 2 troughs or 2 retreats. This neckline acts as a support level until a breakout. A breakout confirmation comes once the pattern is identified, it's confirmed, and then the breakout comes on a significant volume increase breaking that neckline. And that the increased volume sort of confirms the strength of that reversal. From there, you want to look for a target of a measured move. Right here, we kind of have a little double top here in the crude oil.
Head and
So we're
shoulders.
just going to use that. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So we're just going to use that.
Well,
as
it hasn't picked up the shoulder yet,
correct.
right?
So this is
Yeah.
all
So
hypothetical.
that's what we're
at the
gonna.
moment.
It's
Yep.
all hypothetical.
So assuming we break out right around here where we're predetermining where a breakout might occur, extend from a breakout price down the size of the peak to the neckline, and this is your measure move target, somewhere around 74.54. Something we're monitoring. We're going to keep taking a look at it. We'll touch back on this later next week. Got a few more things to follow up with you also. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. JD, that was good. I got an Andre jab going on that I'm waiting to do.
Sure.
What?
We were talking about that. We were talking about that round at top pattern yesterday, and I caught this one on a 4-hour chart in the E-mini S&P 500. Nice round at top going back to, what is this, mid-March, early March. We have our support line drawn right here, going to a low from last week. If you want to calculate a measured move, I don't have the exact prices, but you calculate a measured move going from the peak of the pattern down to that support line, and then you would measure from the breakout that we had the other day. That gives us a measured move in the ES down to right around 49.60 area. If you're keeping track of this type of thing. And also just checking in on our measured move targets in the NASDAQ. We had the double top, the diamond formation, and this rounded top that we mentioned yesterday. Let me just show that one more time.
Damn. You're going to have to wait a little longer, Michael.
We're approaching that 17,380 measured move target for, 3 major reversal patterns playing out in the NASDAQ right now. So we'll be keeping an eye on those. We'll go over all this in a little more detail tomorrow, but that's what I got for you right now. Be back in a little bit with the top 10 list.
Thanks, JD. Head and shoulders plays out. All right, Eddie.
What do you think about
Michael, you got to wait a little longer. Michael, you got to wait a little longer, Michael. We got Eddie coming in here now. So hold that thought. Let's see if your old ass can remember that.
He's just waiting. Locked and loaded, Mr. Patak.
Must be a doozy.
Oh my goodness!
It's fading. It's fading now. Go ahead.
I'm trying to draw this thing out.
All right, write it down. Put it on a Post-it note and put it on your monitor. You won't forget it. Hey, for those, just real quick here, for those that are asking, we did have our bell-to-bell yesterday. Let me repeat that. Yesterday was our bell-to-bell. We do not have that today. And those that are eligible will be emailed a code before the end of the day tomorrow. And remember, this code is good until May 1st. Also, on the plugs, we asked you yesterday, what were your hobbies? So we want to know more about your hobbies so we can keep bringing you the best in tradertainment, from sports to video games, music, art, cooking, and more. We want to know. We're interested to hear about what you're doing when you step away from the screens. That is, please, legal, not illegal. Make sure that your hobbies you share with us are legal. We're going to post that, if you can, post that form in chat and fill it out. Let's have some fun. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you. All right, without much further ado, Michael, let's, do you still remember what that joke is?
No, it's astronomy for traders. You always call it charting astronomy for traders. Wasn't really a jab. It was more just kind of funny because it's something you call them.
Well, I've heard it been called that before. Anyways, let's get back to these markets. While we're doing chart pattern today.
Dre, I've been short. The 10's up here a few times. The 10's up here a few times. 10's up here a few times. Now I'm short 3 from 06. So I'm building a day being short around these 10s up here.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of trading around it and then leaving a runner on, but then the runner hasn't hit yet. But if we get a follow-up, because we keep retesting. Shan said in here earlier, Shanna saw that, I prefer to take a trade on the retest. That's actually pretty smart. Here's another retest lower. And I'm going to get out of. I'm going to keep one on. Yeah, it has. I'm going to keep one on as a runner. I had 4.
Nice. It's good. It's a good area. Because I'm looking for shorts in YM, but I wanted to break 38,280 because we are trying to stretch out a daily range high. I want to make sure that I give it enough room.
That's the same number watching.
Go, Anne-Marie.
say that one more time, because you guys are both traders that I look up to. So if you guys are agreeing to something and I missed it, I need to know it.
Well, I think you're actually kind of in a similar trade, MP, but the market structure is a little bit different in NQ than it is in YM. So YM is in a daily range, as we can tell right here. Like it tops out at approximately 38,255. I have a bottom of 37,846. And so if you're a range trader, you're looking to short tops, buy bottoms. And the reason why I have my shorts up a little bit like out of the range is because if it does push out of a daily range, the move is going to be more dramatic than, say, if it's like a 5-minute daily range extension to get out stops. So it's like you're kind of like walking a tightrope. Do I try to get in now and hope that it doesn't happen, or do I wait and see if that big range extension happens and then I can get a better fill? So it's kind of a tricky spot to play. But I am going to leave my orders up here and be patient. I do think we can do a stop run to the upside. But you are kind of taking some risks, for sure. But if it does extend, a daily range extension is going to be larger than you want for, say, a $300 loss limit.
Okay.
Is Dakota still long?
I believe Dakota's out. Dakota is looking
He's
to get
out.
long crude. I believe Dakota is currently long crude. I believe he's out in the NASDAQ from what we've been talking here. He's been carving it up lately. That Nikkei trade overnight last night hit nicely. Oil trade hit nicely. Another NASDAQ trade this morning hit nicely. Just be pulling our levels from him, Michael. He's hot.
Right. Hey, Mr. Abbas, there's no way I would ever charge for a seminar. I don't do that crap. I do seminar. I do.
What is it?
Talking. Yeah, I am looking to go out to Taiwan. We have a lot of Taiwan folks that we work with that are really cool. I don't charge for. I've never done that. I'm not flying here and sit next to me for $50,000. That $50,000 I'll have in my personal brokerage account, and I'll show you how I trade your money. No, I don't do any of that. I've been a part of this whole education thing for forever and a trader. I'm not into the game of selling.
What's the rumor? The rumor that you're doing some kind of seminars in Taiwan and people are
doing some. It's debunked. How about that? There you go.
Please be true. Please be true.
Yeah.
Hey, that would be incredible. All right, we got 5 minutes till Bostic speaking here.
We're pushing higher. Pushing higher in YM.
All right.
Yep.
I got stopped out of my runner. All in all, that was a $1,300 trade around position.
Sounds good, Jack. We'll go. We'll cut to that here.
Okay. We got some size at 38,300. Which is about 50. Okay, we got filled on one. And let's see if we get filled on a second one. A really strong 5-minute candlestick pushing higher here. Only risking $300 on this one. So pretty good risk reward, but we do want to see this start to reject if possible. But, it's kind of the risk here of trading the ranges. Either you look like an absolute genius or you look like a complete idiot, and there's very little in between.
That's trading. That's every day of trading, right?
Yeah.
No kidding.
50.
No kidding.
New highs ES, new highs NASDAQ, new highs Dow.
Sorry about that. NASDAQ has not hit the high. I take the blame on that one. But we are moving much higher. ES hit the high.
Yes, it did. And so did the Dow. All good, Eddie. NVIDIA pushing strong here, says, damn, bro, okay.
Yeah, so my profit target is going to be middle of the daily range. So it's going to be a ways down.
All right.
Ways down. But that's the system I am going to run for all of April. So let's see how it goes.
Gold catching a bid here. Coming up to 2,400. It's about $3 short of that. Tilt was looking heavy long in the ES. I saw it up to 77% long in the ES on this move to the upside. Keep in mind, we do have Bostic in 3 minutes. It's been a bit hawkish lately. We'll see if he continues that tone. Rafael Bostic out of Atlanta. Likes to talk.
It's so frustrating trading.
Likes the sound of his own voice.
Let's be honest. You get into a trade and then someone is coming on in 5 minutes or 10 minutes from the Fed, and it's like, okay,
I know.
Great.
I know,
what are they going to say now? What are they going to say now?
And then we might have.
I think they finally caught on how. I think they finally caught on how everybody hangs on every word. So like, no, I'm going on stage. No, I'm going on stage.
No.
Right? So now it's just like, come on.
Rock, paper,
They're all
scissors.
auditioning for their next jobs.
100%, Ann. 100%. That's all
nice
coming.
call,
Don't they
Ann.
all get? Don't they all? They're under interview right
Huge
now because
boondoggles.
Oh, they all end up working for Goldman or Merrill or the big banks after this.
Oh yeah.
No
This is the
doubt.
stepping stone.
Yeah. now they
Or
get the
Goldman
liaison.
goes, hey, or Goldman goes, hey Tom, don't retire. How about we just get you that chairman role over at their Fed?
Exactly. You still friends with everyone in DC? All right, cool. You're hired.
Yeah, you're hired.
Consultant. There you go.
So far, good.
I got short.
I
got back.
Nice entries there. Nice snapback.
MP,
Yeah, I got
grab some of
26s.
this? Oh, you're in the
Yeah, I
NQ.
got the 26s. I got the 26s. I was short 07s. Got stopped out at 17s. It did a rip of the stops up to like
26s? That's awesome.
26.
17. You say 27?
Thanks, Ann. I like it.
Dude, 26. That's a hell of an entry. Nice job.
Yeah, it was.
No kidding. Dude.
What's your target?
Lower.
Yeah, my man. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm always on
20
this
tick,
one line.
20
I'm up over 1,000, so I'm looking for 20 handle. I always look for 20. Once I start getting up over, once I get a cushion, I'll look for that.
Yeah, I took the short in oil, but I covered into some heavy congestion right here. But I think oil comes in just a little bit more, 81.55 maybe, but this is a good first target, 81.74. Oh, yes, and there she goes. 81.
Wow, oil selling off here.
There she goes, James.
Yeah.
You got that animation for Anne-Marie?
Whoa, Anne-Marie! Anne-Marie! Hold on, one more time.
Oh, no.
One more time.
It didn't fit the
I
Alpha
have
channel.
arrived. I have arrived.
It's supposed to be clear.
Oh my gosh.
Anne-Marie, you're chasing a plane again. Gosh, Anne-Marie.
My life.
We gotta have a title for the plane. Every time Anne-Marie does something like getting in a trade, we gotta have it say something that the plane is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Lower.
Let's do that one more time, James. I want to see what's going on here with these formats.
There she goes. There she goes. Anne-Marie.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, my heart.
While I'm here, Andre, did you see Angel Reese when she was at Tau last night?
No, is she already making herself feel at home?
Yeah, she was there. I'm just disappointed that you weren't there.
I was not there. I was trading slow markets last night, Jack. Angel Reese spotted at Tau nightclub after. Yeah, good on her. The newest member of the Chicago Sky.
Yeah,
good on her.
Andre's office.
You know what? I'm not going. I was there for. Last time I was there was in June, and that was.
Yeah, and do you know what you did? You had the bottle service folks walk out with sparklers, and didn't it say happy birthday? I know your buddies put it together, and my God, was that embarrassing? I was cringing at a club, and I don't know how you do that. You can't hear anything.
You know, I didn't like it. I didn't like that.
You know they. Big ask, and then you get like a bottle of Kettle, which costs like I don't know,
way too
$40,
much
and it costs $400.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah. Pretty good markup.
All right, Eddie, if you got anything coming out from Bostic, should be hitting the wire here. Please Morse code in. That was a great animation. Anne-Marie, for those that don't know the inside joke there, Anne-Marie, who was it? Robert Plant? Who was it?
Yeah, it was Robert Plant.
Robert Plant in his private jet in a private jet at a small airport. Anne-Marie, being the super fan she is, well, Anne-Marie, you tell the story real quick. You
no, that's it. That's
try to chase Robert Plant's PJ down the tarmac. Not advisable, but that was our graphic interpretation of what happened there.
Oh man!
Yes.
I tell you, if you listen carefully on that thing that Jack made, you can hear Plant saying, "Go, go, 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 go."
She's getting closer.
She's huge.
Like the T-Rex scene in Jurassic Park. Is that what they were trying to do?
In a world of rock stars, Anne-Marie chases him down the tarmac.
You almost got him.
Man, we get those sound bites out real quick.
Yeah, we do. We turn those around real fast.
Hilarious.
We are not getting a very fast rejection up here. So typically it's like come failed moves, come fast moves, and it's being very, very not fast. Very not fast. But we're going to stick with it, though. We're going to stick with the short.
I covered when we got down to, what was it? 30.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
230. Yeah. It's just at the edge of those wicks. I'm like, I got 240. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Next month in May, I'm going to change up the take profit strategy and have it be more like base hit oriented and see how it performs. This one's more like structure oriented. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I think I'll probably have a lower win rate with this strategy, but a higher risk reward. And then the other one would probably be, higher vice versa, whatever's. But we'll see.
All right, I'm out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what'd you get?
Yeah, I got 27 handles.
My man.
Nice. I got. Nice. That was a nice trade. I'm up 1,800.
Chasing. Nice. Okay.
Chasing that.
Nothing from Bostic yet here. Nothing from Bostic. He has a flair for the dramatics, so he might be fashionably late before he starts speaking. Does like the sound of his own voice. But he has been warning us that not as many rate cuts as we think this year. So we do need to listen. Is a voting member as well. So we do need to listen. Gold's still seeing a bit of a sell-off here. I'm sorry, not gold. Crude oil, I should say. I should separate those two charts.
Probably helping the indices, to be honest.
I think you're right.
By quite a bit, if I had to guess.
I think you're right.
Middle East, according to Tuckman, was kind of the number one thing on the market's minds, and now we have oil coming down. It's a little bit quiet in the Middle East, so now I wonder if the markets are kind of given the green light to start slowly pushing higher. Obviously, that's a powder keg, so like anything could happen at any time. All right, now we're at my entry, and we are probably going to start making some new daily highs.
Nice cover, Michael.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, excellent.
Look at the 5-minute here on the Dow. We do seem to be in an uptrend here. There was a bit of a pullback in the previous 5-minute candle.
Hold. So we have one more that we're going to add at 38,303. We do have a good amount of size.
Now, why did you pick 303? What's sitting? I'm looking at an hourly chart. I see 309, but
there was a little 5-minute consolidation that happened on April 15th, and I think we just might try to run that little nub right there. So like I said before, like if we're trading a daily consolidation, like the runs out of the consolidation are going to be larger than like a 5-minute range. So I'm trying to like anticipate the run happening and still give it enough room that if I am right, that I will have space and it will come back down again. And if I'm wrong, it's just going to steamroll me straight up, and there's nothing I can do anyways.
Right.
But I've gotten burned a couple times trying to play like a 4-hour range or a daily range, only to have it run, outside the range pretty far and then come back in again. So I'm trying to respect kind of the natural volatility of a larger range.
I think actually paying attention to volume on the larger time frames gives you insight into that, just as a heads up. And I see that you've got volume sitting there now. And, I have never looked at volume. I mean, I looked at it, but I never used it in any of my analysis until I started seeing that really it gives you good clues about continuation of price for sure.
And I was just going to say that. Is there anything out there that says, how they have run rate on so if you start the day and your volume is accelerating higher than normal pace for that day, so at the end of the day you're going to have greater volume, but you don't know that, but it's setting up like that because you have something that's watching. Is there anything out there that watches that? What percentage will it be in line with the average daily range by the end of the day, considering what's happening, in real time? Does that make sense? So you can see if you see if volume is going to be bigger for the day. Is there something out there that does that calculation?
I think a lot of, someplace like FinViz that's free, right? You can go in there and in the first 15 minutes, that's FINVIZ, in the first 15 minutes, you can see whether the charts are tracking at higher volume rates, and you can scan through the middle of the day that says, is the SPY moving at 1.5 times relative volume? So you can scan for those. The question is more, you can scan for that, but where does volume tell you that you need to watch out because something's coming? And so what I think is the better thing to look at is, as volume continues to rise on, say, your 30-minute candlesticks or your 15-minute candlesticks, it's always relative to frontline resistance on your daily or weekly charts. And as it runs in there, if it's not giving you rising bars, but it starts giving you decreasing bars, it's the key event that tells you, listen, price action is not going to hold there. There's going to be a dip. It's either going to be a reversion to the mean where you can go long again, or it's going to rotate into a deeper price action, which is really why I still suspect that Dobie's trade is a really good one, because he's looking at getting short on declining volume into prior days resistance. And that's really where the power of volume analysis works. Now, Max, who'll be on later today, I'm going to dig into more of his stuff. When he starts describing how, of course, he looks at like a 15 and a 30-second stick,
like
which
30 seconds or something.
Makes me have a seizure, right? So
yeah.
He looks at that, but he looks for price acceptance based on the volume candle that just preceded. And it gives him a notion of, okay, is this continuation? Is this reversal? What's going on here? And that is also really powerful. It really dovetails to Jay's strategy, which is also very volume based and looks at the rejection for reversion to the mean on the quick trades, and then the break into new trades on increasing volume in that space. So what I love is watching all of these come together here by really studying them. And I'm a student at heart, so I'm really vibing on all of it.
I'm starting to see some wiggle in the ladder. I think we're going to get our move either to the upside or downside in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, if it stays above 30, I'm out. I got short 26s again on a retest.
Okay.
Again, but
nice.
See, now you're trading, Michael. You got to trade what you see sometimes,
Just got to feel it.
Yep, exactly. Read the tape.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that Max was saying is that he looks at like the 30-second bar, 30-second, candles, and then he tries to pick out like the super high volume ones that kind of stand out, and then he actually draws highs and lows on that, which I actually
the range.
did here. Yeah, I did that on the 1 minute, so
to see if price will hold.
Yeah, 956. I have a 1 minute candle that has peculiarly high volume, and so I actually drew these kind of turquoise lines that represent that, and it's been kind of stuck in there. So I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen if we do push above 38,298, or if we do push below 38,272. I'm always looking to add, a tool to the toolbox, if you will. So, if this is something that I can help improve my edge a little bit, then, I'll add it to the toolbox. But we're starting to get some weird price action here. Like, just the ladder is moving in a way that, to me, is unusual.
Okay, so why don't you describe that? Tell us what you mean.
Yeah, so it's something I caught from watching crude oil, and I don't even know if it's like officially translatable to YM, but typically like the ladder, if you watch it, will kind of move in somewhat like a normal price, normal price action. It goes up, it goes down, and then every now and then it will just kind of like flutter up and down really quick. And that to me is kind of like something's happening. Something is weird in the market, and just based off of watching that, for 10 years, that I've kind of wrapped it into my toolbox. Like, oh, we're going to get something weird. And we're starting to get some, interesting price action now. And I called that maybe 45 seconds ago. So in this case, it has kind of panned out. It doesn't always pan out. But if you watch the dome enough, it's like watching the Matrix. It's not an easy thing to pick up, but you start getting weird price action, and then all of a sudden it's like, that's strange. And just, over repetition, it's like something weird is probably going to happen soon, which is pretty interesting that you can be like, look at a dome, be like, I can not call, but like I've certainty that we're going to get some weird price action, and we're kind of starting to get a little bit of it. So we need to get below 38,272, which would be the Max Maserati large candlestick low, or large volume candlestick low. And we'll just kind of wait here. We'll have it play out.
I scratched that one because we were hanging on the 20s too much, and it's staying firm. But since then it's pulled back a bit. So
it's kind of a time stop, right? Then MP, you would say.
Well, it's either gonna but it just keeps this crawling, and I'm like, I can't be the only person looking to get short right here. So.
No, but we still have that kind of declining volume too. That Anne-Marie was talking about, and probably a lot of other traders who use volume. It's like we haven't seen a big volume spike yet in YM. We're just. Does that mean people are losing interest? Does it mean that I don't know what it means? I don't really trade.
Coming up to Euro close, perhaps. Yeah, we do have. Still waiting for Bostic. Nothing out of Bostic. I saw John in the chat. Saw Eddie in the chat. Still nothing.
Still, it's pushing higher in low volume. So let's try to get short one more, 38,303.
Drifting
and then
here.
let's see what happens. So maybe it's priming for just a super run to the upside, or maybe it's priming itself for a stop run to get back down within range. It's a very interesting time right now for indices. Okay, pushing higher, but still low volume. Like we have declining volume on the whole move. Okay, now we're short 2. Let's move our stop down. So we'll risk about 350 on this one. So short 2 YM 38,295. And we want to get back within range and see if we can get below 38,272. So we are looking for a come failed move, come fast move. So we do want a quick rejection here if we can get it.
What market are you in?
Well, YM.
Dow.
Mathis, why am I shorting this? It's top of the daily range. So it's a really cheap trade with a lot of potential for high profits. So the risk reward is like exceptional.
Oil's going to come in to the target that I'm looking at in about 10 cents.
Nice.
I'm coming back to the well way too often. I'm short 22s. I'm actually not. I'm hesitant on this one. I'll watch your short.
I'm short around there too.
Heads up.
Yeah, you can live vicariously through my short. We'll see if this plays out.
I mean, if it kind of rips a little higher, and I see extension here, because it could sit in this range that it hasn't formed yet. It's still very strong.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We're still kind of like waiting for a thing to happen, and it's just not happening. Yep. It's just slowly creeping higher.
I heard Andre say something about JD, so I'm sorry about that. We've been
no, it's fine. When we have a pause, markets are moving right now. We're making new highs here in S&Ps. Not quite NASDAQ yet, but Dow as well. Oil selling off, gold catching a bit. But when things sell off or settle down a bit, we'll go to JD. Got the top 10 for our live funded. Be very interested to see after one of our live funded traders put up over 50,000 in profits. We're pushing higher here. 73% long in the ES. They top off the market. Once again, S&P targeting 5100s. It seems to be a big magnet on 5100s in the S&Ps. Now pushing, NASDAQ pushing. Not at the highs yet in the NASDAQ. Still lagging behind the S&Ps and Dow. Crude selling off to... Anne-Marie, what's your target there in crude?
81.20. 81.40.
Oh, about 10 cents, like she just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no sellers right now. So I don't time stop trades, so I just let this play out, and whatever happens, happens. Other thing too is that since I am trading a daily range, like what happens in like 1, 5, 15 minutes is not that relevant. Like I got burned so bad on a YM trade 2 weeks ago because I got impatient because I was trading like a 4-hour range, and I was obsessing over the 1 minute or 5 minute candlesticks. I think Henry, you actually called me out on that like 2 weeks ago. So I need to not obsess over small time frames if I'm trading a large time frame.
So I got short. Anna, are you still short, Dolby?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still
I moved
short.
my stop down to just above the 5 minute high, so I cut my risk by like 30%. So now I'm only risking 230 to make 1,500.
All right, I'm
nice.
short 4 from 4. I'm short a 4 lot from 41. So that's a good entry.
Dude,
the hell did you sell
nice
41?
clipping. Okay, you gotta tell me,
Look at
MP,
smile.
you gotta tell me what time frame you're looking at that lets you clip those tops. What are you looking for in the formation that gets you clipping those tops?
I saw the Orion belt cross over the Big Dipper. And what sign is that, dude?
You're going to make me cry.
Oh, we're getting good price action here.
You're giving that a secret sauce?
I think it's me. I think it's my presence, Anne-Marie. MP is just feeling it right now.
Fine.
Nice entry there, Dolby. I think they saw one. I think they did it based off volume there. They saw volume waning to the upside there.
Yeah, you guys were explaining it. You guys were explaining it. Yeah, exactly. Buyers got exhausted. Andre, you heard all that, right?
Yep.
We're testing Maserati's 38,272. If we get below that, we could be good. But nice rejection thus far. We are still going to hold this trade, though. We're not changing our plan at all.
I'm flat now because I got great position and got in, but okay. I want to know. You're not going to tell me? I'm going to hound you.
I was looking at everything short, and the 5094s were just showing up, and the 5094s was a value area high from yesterday. That was one.
Okay.
That's in the daily top step level. So I went there.
Okay.
You guys are talking about the softness of the volume. We were all looking for shorts, and I figured there's be a lot of dudes just like me playing the 20s short that probably were going to get squeezed. So, given all that, that's when it kind of did a rip. It did a rip like a stop run. And I like to say I like to do a join offer, join bid. I don't like to do market orders. It kind of gives away.
So describe join bid to me? How does that, what does that do mechanically in order flow to execute you when you say join bid or join ask?
Join ask. It just puts the offer the best ask at the moment. And for me, it's better than hitting the offer, or hitting the bid with a market order. Market orders to me definitely give away a position, like you're looking to get long. But when you have something working, I just feel as though it's different. Isn't that Delta anyway? Delta's
market tracks market orders. So how many people are hitting the bid, or how many people are lifting the offer? Market orders.
And I don't want to be a part of that. Yeah. So I want to.
You don't want to be. But remember how people come in the pits and say, "What's the pit? Is the pit long or the pit short?" That's essentially what Delta's tracking. So you if you knew the pit was long, you look for that. You look for their pain points, right? And then you try to squeeze them. That's essentially what we're kind of doing.
I would say that's what the tilt. That's what the tilt is doing as well. Right.
Exactly. Same thing.
Yeah. So the Delta just gives us a more granular. I like it a lot. I had a 1 lot runner on there. I just scratched it.
We're still upticking here.
And market orders, and then I don't like clicking in the dome on a order. I like to. That's why I watch the dome, because I wait for these rips, and then those get a better entry.
Okay.
Still not great volume on this.
I'm going to try that little. Yeah, it's really holding the floors. That's why I've been really sort of scalp trading in the Dow, because it just feels like the price action there is sticky to the upside. It's like people are trying to buy the dips there much more actively than I've seen them in times past.
Yeah.
Particularly the last few days.
It's just a series of higher lows and higher highs, which is not great if you're short, but sometimes, I'm just trading my system. I don't really care if I win or lose, just trading the system.
You 100% care if you win or lose.
I was just about to say, wait a second. You do care, but
I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to focus on.
But it can't be a deciding. It can't be the deciding factor. Yes.
That's the joy of trading in a trading combine. Trading on sim is like, use this as practice to, be bold. Accept responsibility for your trades. Accept the discipline. So it's like I care more about the process right now than I care about, winning or losing. Exactly. I can always go back and journal about the mistakes, and then I figure it out later. But that's the joy of the trading combine. If you're in the trading combine and you're obsessing about winning, you're going to have a terrible time trading. You're going to torture yourself. It's going to be awful.
Yeah. It's all about
we're going to short more at 309 and 317. Okay, now we're short 3. And we're going to short one more at 317 in YM. So that'd give us 4. And our risk is only negative 320. If we get this one, it would be probably 350.
I think you're still sitting in a really good trade. It's this. What size combine are you using?
50K. It's tiny. I might be over leveraged for this trade, to be honest.
Yeah, I that would be the only thing, because I think you're going to be right. I see everything setting up. You're way on the outside of the volatility bands. The momentum is stretched into overbought. You're coming into resistance. If you don't have that leeway and you're using a 50K, it might hit you in the jewels, as it were.
We'll
cover up, Dolby. Cover up. Dolby, take up, Jeff.
What
take
is
that,
happening to me? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Anne Marie, we're a bad influence on you.
Anne Marie's taking this locker room talk to the next level. I like it.
Chad doesn't. Chad. The reason I'm taking this trade is it's a daily range high. That's the reason why I'm taking this short. It's because we've been in a tight range, and so this is a cheap trade. It's just going to take a long time to resolve.
Dolby, you don't need to explain. I took that trade because you took the trade. I'm short 3 from.
And everybody understands it. That's tracking.
Yes.
Everybody that understands your process is tracking. Just. If you don't get it, press rewind later and you'll figure it out, because he's been extremely explanatory.
Journal, obviously, very much so.
Oh, it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Weird.
And someone's been very, very patient.
Look at that bounce in. Oh, I missed that long in crude.
OCL's bouncing.
I got short with you, Dolby.
Stand by, JD.
Let's do it. If we can get crude to bounce, that's just certainly going to help the case here. But here's the thing, Chad, imagine you inversed my trade and you faded me. That in my opinion would be an extremely expensive trade. Extremely expensive trade.
Why?
Because there's so much more room to the downside than there is the upside. That's a great question.
Where would you stop you if you went long?
Yeah. Man, you'd have to be very, very tight on your stop, because if you don't get the breakout, you're totally hosed. And we range more often than we break out. And so it's just like a statistical play. The problem is that it's going to take a long time for this to resolve, because we're trading a daily range, and it's like turning a semi-truck in a parking lot. It's like it's going to take time for the market to exchange enough contracts back and forth.
Well, and is it though? Because I see a lot of them at Walmart. There's a lot of trucks at Walmart.
Well, yes,
that must be a
relative to
place
the
where they can
parking
make
lot.
turds.
That's true.
Big popping crude.
That's
Hey,
true.
big popping crude. Big popping crude.
Okay.
Guess who's long a 10 lot in
Monster
crude?
pop.
You guessed it. Mr. Dakota is long a 10 lot in crude.
Nice.
And we pop coming up to almost $82. He was targeting $82 for his profit target. And sure enough, we just hit $82.06. Dakota, my man, you got to come back on here more. Tell us those levels. We are popping hard here. We'll see if gold can pop here. Anne-Marie, what were we saying about crude? First we see crude pop, then we'll look for see if gold pops, and then we might have a headline.
Yeah, outside of the daily range.
Outside the daily range.
Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, if crude actually recovers above yesterday's close, which is 82.30-ish, then it might have some upshot. Other than that, every single bounce has been a seller. Every single bounce.
Okay.
Yep. We are finally starting to get lower highs and lower lows on the 1 minute in YM. Oh, now we're starting to get a push. Now we're back to NP's out. Nice trade, my man. And then we're still looking for 38,272 to fail. We're starting to push below that.
Alrighty, guys. I am
real quick here in about 30 seconds. Minor number coming out here, 4-week bill high, and our 4-week bill bid to cover. Minor, but just to let you know, 30 seconds.
Minor? Barely know her.
I'm break even.
Nice. Really nice. That's the high of yesterday, Dobie.
38,200 is my target, and I can't make more than 1,500 because that's 50% consistency target. So we're gonna just have our profit here because we don't have a choice. Let's just see if we can get all of it.
I'm gonna lock myself out.
No,
I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. Jump over to my screen.
Awesome trading, MP.
JD, stand by. I haven't forgot about you.
Three on the tree. Anybody know what 3 on the tree means?
I do.
Come on,
I don't.
Ready?
You're shifter.
Shifting gears.
Yep.
Yes, shifting gears.
Oh,
1960s.
the tree. Yes, it's been a long time since I've looked at the stick like that.
All right.
Somebody gonna lock
I
up
have
there.
doubt. I have just now locked myself out.
All right. So, hey, real quick.
Hold on, Andre. I gotta lock myself out here.
It's not me, it's JD.
Guys,
JD's hold on.
Well, JD can hold it. Guys, the lockout feature is a very good feature. A lot of people in here, it's working for them. Whether you end on your highs or you get to your high in P&L and you're like, I want to lock myself out. Maybe I'll take one more trade. I'll only risk 500. I'm up 2,000, and then you get to 1,500. Learn to lock yourself out. It's a really good feature to use. It's on Topstep X. So right now I will have no anxiety. I go into a couple of meetings, actually meetings all the way till like the next 4 hours right after this. And I will not be able to trade. So while I'm in the meetings, I'll have to focus on the meetings. So those that have a primary job, that it helps you with that if you're on your way to work and you're like, I want to put on a trade, but you already locked yourself out because you're already up. So needless to say, it's a good feature to use, Topstep X only. And that's it. High watermark.
Crude still cruising to the upside here. Crude popped about 50 cents in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
We're 50 points away from getting our fill here.
Dakota nailed that one.
This is the thing too. Is like daily range, like small time frames, do not matter. They do not matter.
Yep.
So I think
Dobie, that was a good call out, Dobie. I mean, on that Dow short.
Yeah,
we're still sitting in it. Trade. We're gonna wait. I might get break even here.
We tested those. I mean, it was in the 20s, and then on the Nasdaq 720s. Then it kind of pulled off that. Then it popped up to the 41s. Pulled off that. So there's a lot of retesting happening lately. That's a lot. My point is just there's been a lot of retesting lately. So
yeah, sticky price everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
We got a 4-week big 4-week bill yield coming in here. They were looking at the 4-week bid to cover 2.9 coming in actually at 2.9, so they hit that one. The yield actual bill high, they were looking at 5.2 coming in at 5.28. 8. So basically unchanged here for both of those. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you. All right, let's take a brief pause here. We'll see. This is a bit of a plug. Keep an eye on crude here, as we have popped about 60 cents in the last 5-6 minutes here. Dakota nailed that one. Yeah. He was long from 81.75 10 times. So you do the math there. JD, thank you for being so patient. Markets have been moving, and as you know, at TopstepTV, markets come first here. Trades come first. Real trades, real P&Ls, real accounts. So JD, with that being said, his was that top 10, man. I think we got some movement there from yesterday.
For sure, we did. And it all stems from this XFA P&L list that we're going to take a look at real quick. We've got another whopper on this list today.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. You there, Dole?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I covered one.
I'm telling you.
All right. Yeah, a big winner on this list caused a shakeup on the leaderboard today. But let's start at the bottom. Jordan pocketed close to 20 grand trading the NASDAQ and gold. Ewan with just over 20 grand trading NASDAQ. Ryan put up 21,000 trading the Nikkei. Must be a student of the slow markets. And speaking of the Nikkei, Alexander, this is the guy I'm talking about. Alexander made close to $26,000 trading the Nikkei yesterday. Here's the thing, though. Alexander was copying trades across 3 XFAs and pocketed a total of...
my goodness.
Man.
$76,482
These
in
numbers,
profits
man.
in the Nikkei yesterday.
Yeah, that's huge.
And finally, oh, what's that?
Go ahead, JD.
Oh, our leader, Shifton pulled in more than 38,000 out of the S&P yesterday. All right. Let's get over to that top 10.
What size? Yes. What size are they trading? Or number of contracts did they trade?
Let's take a look.
I mean, those bigger traders that put up that big a day, average hold time, I don't know if you have that in there. Average position size, I don't know if you have that in your spreadsheet. These are all important things. If we start seeing these numbers, understanding, I mean, unless that's a lot of effing trades.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the average drawdown is.
I would love to know everything about some of those trades. I want to know. I want the trade report. I want their trades. I want their
hold up a trade report right now for Alexander.
JD's on it.
Should have had it ready.
Oh, it's all good, JD.
We're gonna get below 38,240 in YM.
So Alexander was trading pretty heavily. Risk was inverted. Average winning trade 1,100, average losing trade 1,600, but he had an 82% win rate.
There you go.
On 43 total trades.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, that's
43 total trades. 43 total trades. Oh, with size, scalping with size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longest trade was a minute and a half.
Damn, carved. All right, so he carved it up then. They basically just carved up the market.
That's what we call carving it up, Andre. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like turkey on Thanksgiving, Michael.
You ever carved a turkey on Thanksgiving, Andre?
Not yet.
Oh,
what are you waiting for?
You're almost domesticated by the girl. I like that.
you know.
All right,
you're talking about carving a turkey.
What's
up, quick? Best way to carve a turkey is without a knife. You can take that turkey and break it up with your hands. I was doing that for the naval cadets of Grand Rapids when I was with the VFW. And somebody came in, one of the wives, and said, you know what? You don't need to be slicing that up like that. And it was amazing. It's like magic. So back to you.
Okay, obviously they're wearing silicone gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, are you licking your fingers while at the same time?
Oh,
this is delicious.
Fingers and toes. Yes.
Those turkeys were hot.
They were very hot, yeah. But it works.
Hold on.
How
JD,
cool.
JD, did we finish the top 10? Did we get that leaderboard yet?
We haven't even started the top 10 yet.
Thank
I'm just
you,
thinking
JD.
about
Come
jumping
on,
up and down on turkeys now.
Come on,
right.
guys. We're not done here. We're talking about turkeys. We're talking. Shout out Grand Rapids. What's up, Al Willis?
If it's easy with your hands, it'll be easier with your feet, right? Here we go. Top 10 list, bottom half.
All
right, starting at the bottom. Sammy dropped to 10th place after a 5K drawdown yesterday. Dylan fell to 7th after a $7,000 drawdown. Salman, who had that huge $51,000 day in the live account, moved into 8th place. He was in 116th place yesterday. Adam moved up to 7th from 9th after picking up 11,000 across 3 XFAs. And Ivana rounds out the bottom half of the list. Ivana dropped from 2nd down to 6th after taking a $30,000 drawdown across 2 XFAs. It was a pretty heavy drawdown. All right, here we go.
Nice.
Drum roll, Eddie.
Kentucky Derby's coming up. I like it.
All right.
What?
Starting in 5th, yeah.
Wow.
Alexander.
Okay, we'll start at the top. Yeah, Alexander now has the highest account value at Topstep.
Sorry.
He's not a newcomer.
Sorry,
yeah. Well, Dakota dropped about 10 grand yesterday, fell a notch after Alexander's massive $76,000 a day yesterday. Put him right at the top of the leaderboard. He's not new to the leaderboard though. He was in 11th place yesterday, so he's been in and out of the top 10 for a while. But he now holds the highest account value at Topstep.
My gosh.
So, but Dakota was up about 3 grand at last check, and now he's in a long crude oil trade, so he's probably hot on Alexander's heels today. I'm not sure what Alexander is doing, but I'm assuming Dakota's up close to 5 grand already today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Nice.
Astounding.
Big time competition.
I'm covering a second. So we're up 428 in this trade with one more running. It's taking its sweet ass time. So
I'm
love
your
time stopping this
covers. I do. I love your
It's just
partial
dragging
covers,
ass.
Dobie.
I want it to roll.
They make sense in a
Thanks,
slow
JD.
market like this.
Yeah. Oh my god.
83% short in the YM here. In terms of what else we got? Still nothing from Bostic. Must have a real flair for the dramatic entrance here. Nothing from Bostic. Then we got Collins, who's called tentative. I have no idea what that means, but Collins is a tentative speaker. Bostic is late right now. So we are coming up. We got about 17 minutes left here in fast markets. We're seeing some moves. Dow, NASDAQ, S&Ps. Dow really turned over there nicely. Nice short there, Dolby. That played out very nice.
Really pretty.
Gold catching a
Wait, is your target 200?
I'm moving my target down. Hold on. It was initially because I'm trying to get to 1,500, which is like the maximum I can make in this account. Oh, it's really starting to roll over. So the strategy would be the halfway point, which would be like 38,080, but I can't even make that much money because I'm in the trading combine. So I'm kind of capped on profits based on the consistency target, which is totally fine. So I have to basically adjust. So yeah, the last one will be 38,108, which would be approximately the middle of the range. And that would also put me up like, I don't know, 1,400 or 1,450 or whatever. So we're just going to wait. We're going to wait.
Gotcha. FYI, the box I drew shows 38,150. That's it just runs through 5 of the candles. 5 daily candles touch that price point in there. So just an FYI.
Cool. Yeah, sounds we're doing great. It's a great trade so far.
87% short YM. 87%.
Super interesting.
Gold's still taking a peek to the upside here. Don't forget, we do have a 5-year auction. 5-year auction at noon, and then we have Netflix earnings after the bell today. So action-packed day here at TopstepTV. Make sure you stay tuned in all day.
The wire here.
Finally?
No, not Bostic, but you've got Iran missiles and drone attacks does not yet change global baseline assumptions for the world's major economy. This is coming from the S&P 4X.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Blue
the hard thing
Ivy.
about these, But the hard
Blue
thing about
Ivy, I
these
see
other
where
range
you're
trades is just waiting. Go ahead, Ivy.
No, it's okay. I was gonna give Blue Ivy some props for seeing things like as a real trader would. I hear you. Blue Ivy was talking about copy trading as being a little cheating. I bring this up all the time. There's just something rub I have with it because you can't do it. Because if you can't do it live, I think it's woozy woo game. You're buying a multiple is what you're doing. You're buying multiples.
It's just more risk. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on a larger time frame here. I don't want to get sucked into like a 1 minute or 5 minute chart because that's not not why I place this trade. It's not why I place the trade.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get sucked into a small time frame if I'm trading a big
Good
time
reminder.
frame. Yeah. You have to remind yourself. That's a hard one because you want to get, accurate and like over manage the trade. But it's like, there's nothing for me to do
for sure
at this point other than wait.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting pretty. Let the range do the range things. We already got 428 out of it, so other parts break even. We're just gonna chill. We might have to hold this trade into multiple segments. Who cares? We're doing it. We're doing it, chat. We're holding this sucker.
Well, I did see someone just perhaps come in the green room here. One of my favorite things of all day, just when he springs it.
What is it? Yeah, me and JD are using the same code today, so we'll be in and out like that. How's it going, Andre?
Great, Jeff. Yeah. Great. I love this.
21 handles. I'd consider a $1 million account better than a 50 accounts. $1 million account you can actually have live, and 20 accounts you can't. So a $1 million account is also, to me, now you're talking trading size. Big traders that trade size are, to me, not to me, to everybody, anything outside the world of prop trading with the copy accounts, people would be like, what would you say, copy accounts? That makes no sense. Trade size. Increase your size.
All right. Well, speaking of increasing size, let's increase the size of your brain, MP. We got a Series 3 question for you.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Were you studying last night, Michael?
Yes, till 10.
Good job.
I gotta say, this book is not very long compared to other tests. So within a few months, we may run out of questions in there. So
saying you should pass it on the first try, Michael.
And once amount of questions. Well, because half the questions I can't ask on here because they're like things you would need to sit down and do math, which doesn't make good TV.
No.
But I'm running low on questions like this one, if James pulls it up. Which of the following describes a hedged commodity position? A, reduces the chance for profit. B, increases the need for working capital. C, transfers risk to others. D, all of the above.
Ooh. Which of the following describes a hedged commodity
I got
position?
an idea.
Get your answers in the poll here on chat, guys.
Man, this is getting tougher for me too, but I think it's all the above, but I don't know which of the following describes a hedged commodity. Well, you're going to reduce risk, and then you also reduces the chance for profit. Well, you still, I mean, you're locking in a price. It does. Okay. Increase the need for working capital. I mean, you got to have a physical and you got to have the hedge, so you have more working capital. I don't know. A transfer risk to others, yes. All above, D.
Okay, Michael's going D. I'm going A.
I'm going A
as well. I think.
Okay. Well,
Paul says.
I am trying to find the explanation in advance of this, but
that means it's not all this.
It's all the above. Damn it!
I have some of these things dug-eared. What is it, James? It is C. Transfers risk to others.
I don't get that.
Yeah, and see, that's because it's true that it reduces the risk, the chance for profit, but it might not if you're selling. So let's say you're long something, but you sell a call out way out of the money, right? What you're actually doing is increasing the size of the money that you have to work with, but you're transferring the risk to somebody else who will take the other side of that position.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was thinking that I'm accepting the risk either way. So I didn't know how the risk was being transferred to someone else. I didn't think of it as someone's taking the other side of my trade.
Yeah, well, if you're hedging, you are essentially giving somebody else the opposite side of your trade in some percentage.
I understand that. What I don't understand is what the two top ones are something about capital, more capital.
Yeah, it reduces the chance for profit and increases the need for working capital. I think those are actually also true.
Yes.
No,
if I have a long position on or a short position on, I can't have one initial margin. I have to have two initial margins for both of those positions. So I have to have more working capital.
Unless you use an option. No, unless you use an option, which always requires cash. And if you use the option and you are going long the option, then yes, it reduces your potential. Yes, it increases your working capital. Your need for working capital. But if you go short the option, it transfers the risk. So it's not all the time. So what they want to do is make sure that answer is all the time. Because if you've got a long put if you've bought a long put and you're long a commodity, somebody's bought the other side of that. So they're short the put and they have the risk. Right? So that's yes, sometimes A, yes, sometimes B, but always C.
Right. And also the key word
okay.
Always. Wait, say that again? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
always
you got to be absolutes. Only Series 3 deals in absolutes. So
no shit, Jack. That's interesting. Okay, that helps me on the test because I got to read it like that. That's a good point, guys. Thank you.
And it's a nice strategy. Just a test taking strategy in general.
Last thing, just remember the word. It said the chance of profits. It didn't say the amount of profits.
No wonder you went to Northwestern.
The chance of profits.
No wonder you went to Northwestern.
Yeah, seriously.
I went to state school.
Your chances stay the same. You just reduce the amount of profits in the case that it goes way in what would have been your favor. But like the chance doesn't change.
So it's absolutes. You got to look at it from absolutes.
In absolutes.
Yeah, I think that's a really hard question to parse through.
Yeah. A lot of little sneaky wordplay going on in there.
Yeah, this test, man. This test is more about how you read than what your actual knowledge base is.
I feel like I could pass if Jack just taught me how to take a test.
Jack, would you like to take this test for us?
Jack,
Listen,
I have my ID.
Is a real skill. It's a real skill. I suck at test taking. Some people are just very good at understanding the mechanics of test taking. Not one of them.
Yeah, but then once they leave the test taking facility and they get on the street, they ain't got any smarts. You gotta get street smart in that.
They can't draw boxes on charts.
Then they're chasing planes and setting things on fire.
Set things on fire.
There she is again. There she goes. Man. There goes Robert Plant and where's
of the 50-foot woman?
Oh my God, that's great.
Reminds me of the game Rampage. Let's see if Anne-Marie can destroy an airplane.
The game was fun.
That was a fun game.
My emotional state right now is like no anxiety because I can't trade.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of
because you locked out.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, because you're locked out. Because it's kind of fun not knowing you can watch the markets, but you can't trade at all. You don't have that devil on your shoulder or the whatever that kind of perceive something that's probably not there.
You know, it's funny. A lot of us have talked about locking ourselves out when we've had really good days, but I find myself locking out when I have made 3 bad trades in a row. And I'm saying to myself, you don't know what the heck's going on. And I, instead of going back to the pool, I go, you're done. And I really have enjoyed that feature. I've regretted it afterwards going, crap. But at the end of the day, I'm glad it was there because it was very clear that I was not seeing what the market had to offer. I just was trading counter trend or whatever. So I've used it several times when, I'm not seeing the market well.
Yeah, I hear you.
Starting to see some more sellers, and Dow. It's really rolled over nicely here. S&P's
short.
Nasdaq bringing up the rear here. Crude's starting to sell off a little bit. Nice out there. Dakota, nice cover. Yeah, we got 85% short this YM move. Let's see where this goes. Are we going to target 38?
We're going on almost an hour in this trade.
Good
and
whole
it
time
was
there.
So well executed, dude. Kudos. Hat tip.
Thank you.
Everybody giving you garbage, and you stuck to your guns because you knew what you were doing.
That's right.
Believed in the trade, and literally everything I saw was opening up to it. So good on you.
Yeah, it worked out. And we locked in some profits. 428. Got a little bit more to go. Oh, Token Mania, you got sucked up in the 1 minute charts. I hate when that happens. That's the worst. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now.
MP, got to hand it to you with that lockout button, man. That was
I know.
cuff.
I love it.
That was a smashing success.
Great move. Yeah,
I had no idea it'd be such a hit. But,
I mean,
people want it.
Freaking love it, man. They love it.
I've been trading for a while, and so a lot of people in here they get. Yeah, and then a lot of folks in here have been trading with Topstep for years, and they give us great feedback. It's just a matter of how do we prioritize everything. It is great feedback. That was one I remember seeing. Rips was talking about a shot clock. That made sense too. But just the lockout feature in general, just get me out. Now, we'll have the ability, I don't know what.
Don't reverse it. Don't give them.
No. Hey, lock me out for 15 minutes. Maybe an hour, 30 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little, or just for the whole day. Now, that's probably gives them options that then they're like, well, let me just see, So,
yeah, when that comes on, just don't tell me. Don't tell me that's a new feature.
We don't need that option.
Keep it hidden. Be an Easter egg for Ann that she can't see. Oh, you can't see that. That's reverse Easter egg.
Mm-hmm. Finally, Eddie, did the man get to the mic?
Bostic didn't, but Daniel Pinto did, Daniel Pinto, President and Chief Operating Officer at JP Morgan. And more have said, saying that there's a relatively high probability of no rate cuts this year, very, very low probability of interest rate cuts. So that's coming from the big cheese over at JP Morgan. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. We're starting to see similar messages out of people in the know about what's to come later this year. They're hinting at it. I don't know if the markets have been listening as close as they probably should be. 10 years still only 4.63% in the 10 year. 2 years cover around 5, but they're we need to start listening a little closer. It sounds like one rate cut at the most right now. Obviously, it's all data driven, but we'll see.
I did move my stop down to 38,225, and we are catching a little bit of a bid, so we might end up getting stopped out of this one for, I don't know, $400 or something. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there they are. We got Anne Marie, we got Dolby, we got Mr. Michael Patak here joining us for Fast Markets. Here at TopstepTV, please hit like, please hit subscribe. We are getting close to 82,000 subscribers. For all the bell-to-bellers, we hooked you up yesterday. Anne Marie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always been a pleasure. Your energy, your spirit, your great trade ideas, and just your banter has been great. And even a little bit of a little locker room talk there. He'll sprinkle along the way. We love having it. Dolby, I will be seeing you next segment. Power players coming up. Nick T. I see Nick T in the green room right now. One of our live fun traders has been crushing it lately. And the man to the upper left who has hit the lockout button today, capturing those profits, locking those profits. Mr. Michael Patak, do you have any words of wisdom for us before we kick it over to power players with Nick T? What's up?
Well, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tune in to Nick T because he's an up and comer. We always talk about up and we've talked about up and comers that became up and stayed up on the TopStep Live leaderboard. These are the ones that you want to follow because they are the pro balls of pro balls, the professionals here that are on top of it, better than all of us, given current market state. So keep an eye on, tune in for Nick T. Dakota, great trading lately, as always. Nick T, great job going up the ladder of success. Nice work.